Hey, what's cracking, everybody? It's your boy Jason Yamamoto, and today I'm going to be answering another military question. If you're in the National Guard or Reserves and you want to go into active duty without finishing your contract, how can you do that? So, what I'm saying is, if you only got like one or 2 years into the Reserves or National Guard, and you want to go into active duty, but you have like 3, 4, 5 years left, how can you do that? Now, this is one of the hardest things to do in the National Guard or Reserves. Some have been successful, some. Not all, but some, okay? It's not, I won't say it's a hard thing to do, but it is a tedious task. First of all, you can't be AWOL on anything. That means you have to continuously attend all your drills. You gotta make sure your med pros is green. Make sure there's nothing adversely against you. That means you can't fail your piss test. Everything. You have to be clean as a whistle. Alright? Anything that's going against you, I'm 110% guaranteed that you're not going to be able to transition out of the National Guard into active duty. It is what it is. So if you have issues at home, criminal issues, personal issues, and it's affecting your military duties, and you've been flagged for something, you're not going to be able to join active duty. That's just FYI. Now, let's go into how to transition from National Guard or Reserves into active duty. First, you have to understand that there's going to be a lot of steps, so I need you to literally write down everything I'm saying right now, or you're not going to be able to transition. So the first thing you need to do is go talk to a recruiter. Today is September 22nd, 2015. Go talk to a recruiter. On October 1st, they're going to have a list of what slots are available for you. Slots. Alright? Depending on your ASVAB score, if you barely got in with 32, 33, 34, I don't know what we can do for you. Alright? I don't know what the recruiters can do for you. Alright, if they have a slot available for you to go in, then go in. But like I said, can't guarantee you nothing. If they say they need MPs and your ASVAB is like 34 and they need like an ASVAB score of 42, I'm sorry, you can't go in there. So make sure you have a high ASVAB score, or you might have to retake it again. Alright, so that's just a pro tip, alright? Make sure you have a high ASVAB score. You can't get nowhere without no high ASVAB score. So, go talk to your recruiter and see what slots they have available upcoming, the new fiscal year, October 1st. But be at that door first. That's all I have to say. Because there's going to be people a lot like you trying to get that slot in so they can go into active duty. Now, once you talk to the active duty recruiter, he's going to give you this little slip, right? I forgot what it was called. But it's called a conditional release, meaning you take this conditional release, this paperwork, a conditional release, you take it to your commander, your National Guard or Reserve commander, you give it to him. But before you give it to him, you have to attach a memorandum as to why you want to transition from National Guard or Reserves into active duty. Now, when you have this paper, right, he's going to be like, well, you want to join active duty because you have nothing better else to do. Sorry, I'm not going to approve it. It has to be something within hardships that it is very detrimental to your life and career that you have to transition from National Guard to active duty. Now, I'm not saying what you have to do to get you there, but it has to be detrimental. Alright? So the severity of the case is most people who go from National Guard to active duty is because they're homeless, they have no job, they're sinking into financial hardship, etc. And that's what it is. But it's a lot easier if you're single. So that's another big up with the National Guard going to active duty. So you have this conditional release and you have this memorandum stating why you want to transfer from National Guard to active duty. Okay? Another thing that you have to understand that you have to turn in all your equipment. Once the commander says, okay, I'm gonna sign you off, you're gonna go to active duty, right? You're gonna take all your paperwork, but CIF, Alright, I know we're going to talk military jargon, but this is pertaining to military, so it is what it is. You're going to take your paperwork, you're going to take it to your supply sergeant, and you're going to turn in all your equipment to CIF. Right, so you're going to set up a schedule where you and your supply sergeant are right there turning all your equipment in. Once you turn all your equipment in, you're going to go back to your commander. He's going to give you a stamp seal of approval, right? So you're going to take it back to your recruiter. You give whatever your recruiter's asking for. I need your APFT, I need to see your med pros, I need to see you turn in all your equipment in, and I need to see that conditional release. Bam, you give them this little packet, right? So depending on your ASVAB score, let's say there was a slot available for you to go into, you have to be mentally ready to reclass again. So they're going to send you to a different AIT, and you're going to have to go through AIT again and learn how to do a new job. Or if you're lucky, you get to do your same job that you were doing already in the National Guard. So once you go in, it's the waiting game, right? It's the waiting game. Some recruiters, if you don't follow up with them, they're going to forget all about you, because remember, you're not their top priority. The new recruits are. That's all they care about. It's new recruits, not you. So if you're not following up week after week, going inside his office, calling his phone week after week, he's going to forget you. So usually they cut orders within 30 days from the time you turn in the conditional release. Now the problem with conditional release is after 90 days, I think it's 90 days. So if somebody knows, you can correct me, but I think it's 90 days. If there was no actions taken, like you getting sent to wherever, you know, from National Guard to active duty, you got to start this entire process all over again. And you're going back to your commander, hey, can you sign this conditional release again? He's like, but I just signed your conditional release. You said you're going to active duty. Why haven't you left? He's going to question the entire system again. And then you might be lucky if he signs it a second time. But most of the time, he's only going to sign it one time. And if you fail to do what you had to do to get you from National Guard to active duty, call your bets off, and might as well just complete your National Guard requirements and then try to ship off to active duty after you complete your National Guard duties. But that's just my opinion. All right. So with that being said, hopefully this advice will help you out. It's your boy Jason Yamamoto, and I'll talk to you guys later. Nice. Breathe.